Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. Roaring Kitty, Mr. Gill is back. He's taking a bite out of a pet store now. Chewy is up 20% as we found out that Roaring Kitty has been buying this stock. It's a stock that we've reviewed. We want to cover this because this is very, very important. We did a full analysis on Chewy very recently, and I gave you full information on the stock. There it is on my channel, link above my head, down below in the description. But now we've got Mr. Roaring Kitty, Keith Gill, buying into this, and it jumps 20% at the same time as he is being sued by an individual, not by the US government or the SEC. He is being sued by Martyn Radev for GameStop manipulation. So a lot of stuff going on here. Roaring Kitty moving on from GameStop, now owns about 10% of GameStop, now moving on to Keith, did I say something else? Keith Gill. Hopefully that's what I said. Anyway, I apologize if I said something else. But anyway, Keith Patrick Gill. Anyway, so we've got this case going on now with Keith Gill, alias, of course, Roaring Kitty. He is now being sued for his involvement in GameStop. I'm not going to read you the whole of this. It's a very long thing, but needless to say, he is being sued. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. These sort of things tend not to. But however, it's worth mentioning that he is being sued. But this comes as this happens as well. Chewy jumps 20% as filing shows Roaring Kitty takes a stake. This is very, very interesting. All right, this could be the next stock. However, it's completely different from GameStop. This is just out a few moments ago, rose 20% after a filing showed Keith Gill, the stock influencer known as Roaring Kitty, had picked up 6.6% stake in the pet products retailer. The filing comes just days after the investor, known for triggering the meme stock rally of 2021, posted an uncaptioned picture of a puppy on social media platform X. Chewy shares had leapt to a near one-year high on the Thursday post before giving up those gains. Now, this is a stock that we have talked about with actual value. So this is very, very interesting that this has happened. So you want to keep a close eye on this. In fact, we even have our very own, the little fellas who are behind this stock. Yep, here they are. This is Pet Chewy's little fellas. We've got them right here on the show. So you want to be watching this stock because we've already reviewed it and we've talked about the stock. It's been rising steadily since our review. We call it the Lucas effect. Since we reviewed it, it's been going up. We've drawn a lot of attention to it. Now we're up 91%. So expect some action here on this stock. As you know, when we cover stocks like this, they tend to do well on our channel or tend to do well on YouTube. They rank #1 very often. And now Roaring Kitty has come into my backyard. GameStop was his, Chewy is mine. So this is very interesting. The filing, which lists Keith Gill as the reporting person, included a section check the appropriate box to designate whether you are a cat under the description "I am not a cat" was checked. Unbelievable. The US Securities and Exchange Commission, Chewy and Gill were not immediately available for comment. I bet he wasn't. Gill is known to disclose his trading positions on platforms such as YouTube and Reddit, where he is known for, I'm not going to read that out, of course, deep effing value. So the many retail traders who follow his cues. Chewy rival Petco Health and Wellness Company, also rose nearly 7% before the bell. Shares of Chewy, which sells pet food as well as medicine online, have risen 15% so far in 2024. That is since we reviewed it. It's called the Lucas effect, but fell in the 3 preceding years as spending on pets slowed after a post-pandemic boom. Analysis said last week Gill's interest in Chewy could also be influenced by the fact that the pet retailer was founded by GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen. Another connection there. GameStop had gained nearly 700% in the 2021 meme stock rally, fueled by Gill's post. Gill returned to Reddit on June the 2nd. We don't need to read any more about this, but we do need to care about what's happening with Chewy, because this is one of those stocks that we know a bit about, all right? We've covered the pet sector. There is our version of Roaring Kitty, a much softer approach, much more real and honest. There you go. Don't you just love that? But the little fellas is what it's all about with this stock. Now then, let me give you a bit of information. We've got time just before the bell goes on the stock, because it's worth knowing a bit about this company. We did a review on it, and you'll see my review in a moment. Here is Chewy. Let's have a quick look at it. And as you can see, its intrinsic value now is 12% overvalued with this little rise. We see it's worth $24. It has pulled back slightly, but that's not a problem. Let's scroll up here and show you some of the numbers. Revenue is up 0.8. Operating income, 17 million. That's rising. Net income is up 113%. Investing cash flow is down 71%. Investing cash flow is up 284 million. Operating cash flow is down 14%. The balance sheet, 3.2 billion in assets, 2.6 billion in liability. So we have a correct, a good, not an upside down balance sheet. 2.6 billion, no long-term debt, no short-term debt. There you go for the balance sheet. We like that. Let's scroll down. Operating margins, 29%. You might want to see how it compares to the competition. ROIC, if we look at our ROIC, which is the return on invested capital, is up. Is 2%. ROCE, return of capital employed, is 2%. Let's scroll on down. We have a profitability score of 49, which is quite good for the sector. Just experience tells me that. Solvency score, 63%, much better, much stronger company than GameStop. We are seeing a 41% downside from here. Worst case scenario, 7% downside on average. That's because of the bounce it's already had, but a 35% rally on the upside. Like that. Okay. Down here, insiders have recently been selling. It was last sold 917 million in the last 12 months. We last had a sell here. It's not going to give me the information on this one today, but we have had a sale in the last 0 to 3 months. It's just not telling me who that is at the moment. 17% short interest. Not enough for a short squeeze, but we are gaining some. I think it's higher than when I first reviewed the stock. Is my review on here? I don't know if it ever made it onto here. I may not have sent it in, but I thought I had a review here. It doesn't look like I sent it in. My reviews are normally down here. I didn't send that one in. Damn it, I need to do that. Okay, so anyway, there's a bit of information on Chewy this morning. This is a big stock for us. We've been watching this one. We've done reviews on it, and now Roaring Kitty's jumped in. Let's see what happens. Anyway, click above my head for martynlucas.com. That will give you the alpha spread. What you will find is this. It'll take you to the all links page. This is the all links page. Scroll down and you'll find all of my links and all the free giveaways and all the stock referrals and all the rest of it. But you'll also find alpha spread. There it is. That's where I get all my information from. All my members get a free plan of this, but you can also, if you are a member of the channel, you can get a premium service, which basically makes my membership for free. Go and check it out. There's our own page on Alpha Spread. The Lucasades have their own page. You might want to check that out. All right. Also, if you look above my head and down below in the description, I will put the Chewy analysis. You want to go and check out the full review. And over here, I shall put the Alpha Spread review, the full playlist. There's only 200 stocks, and down here, I'll put the Chewy playlist, so you can go and check out all the videos in the Chewy series. This could get very interesting now, that the fact that Roaring Kitty has jumped in. But don't jump in for him. Jump in because it's a great business. So anyway, what do you think of that? Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.